More than 100,000 people are waiting for a transplant of a solid organ like a kidney, a pancreas, liver, heart, or lung. Now, African Americans make up the largest group of minorities in need at almost 30%, but only receive about a quarter of the life-saving transplants. Now, August is Minority Donor Awareness Month, and today we welcome Shirley Brill, who recently has a double lung transplant recipient, and she's talking to us about her experience and how it prompted the creation of a community organization aimed at helping bridge the gap between minorities and receiving transplants. So good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about your transplant story and how that process went.
My transplant story started in 2005 when I experienced shortness of breath while teaching. It ended up being diagnosed as idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, which led to my double lung transplant in 2008.
Wow, and how long did you have to wait to receive a transplant?
I was diagnosed with end-stage lung disease January of 2008 and was transplanted on May 6th. So it was roughly about 4 months.
Okay, and for someone who is waiting on a transplant, that time, is that considered a longer time, or is that considered, a decent amount of time?
Well, for lungs, it was not really that long a wait, I wouldn't think, once I was transplanted. But I was actually sick for about 3 years with the oxygen therapy, things like that.
And we know for a lot of minorities, sometimes you have to wait a bit longer for a transplant for some of those major organs. Were you a bit nervous, when they were kind of giving you your wait time at first?
Actually, I was, because there is no other treatment for our lung disease. I mean, there's not like with kidneys, you can experience dialysis, things like that. But if I did not receive that gift of somebody saying yes, then my survival would not have been as well.
Yeah, and I know that is not easy to deal with. What are some misconceptions about transplants?
Well, some of the main things that people seem to carry are, if something should happen to me, then chances are they won't do their best to save my life. I think that's at the top of the list. And by experiencing a transplant, and others who have experienced a transplant, we know that that is absolutely not the truth, because the doctors, that's their jobs. They're going to do their best to save you and do whatever it takes to make that happen for you.
Right. I know your journey has inspired the start of Educating Minorities About Transplant, Inc. So tell me a little bit about that and what exactly inspired you to take action.
Well, in 2005, Walter Hill and I were attending a meeting, a multicultural task force meeting. And in that meeting, we heard some data, some statistics that among African Americans, there's not a lot of people giving the gift of life. So we thought we'd get together and start a Facebook page. And from that Facebook page, it went on in 2015 to begin the actual organization Educating Minorities About Transplants, where we went past just a Facebook page into an actual organization, which now consists of local transplant recipients, caregivers, donor families, and people who are just interested in building the registration.
That is amazing. And unfortunately, we are running out of time, but I know you do have an event coming up. Where can people learn more information about that?
We're excited about next weekend, Friday. We'll hold 2 panel discussions at Florida State College, one at Mayo Clinic at 4:30. Then we'll celebrate with a closing banquet on Saturday. Coming in to be our featured speakers, Robert Chelsea, the first and oldest African American with a full facial transplant, and George Franklin, who has the oldest kidney from a deceased donor in the nation.
All right, well, thank you so much, Shirley. It was a pleasure having you on and sharing your story this morning.
Thank you.